let's go back behind my neck, okay? What the heck? Could we just, come on. Could we just, thank you. Okay. So, oh my, good golly. I'm in Boise, Idaho, and I'm at a hotel. And I like hotels. Everyone likes hotels. Like the comfort and the shower and just the whole experience of a hotel is nice. It just feels fancy and it's a creature comfort. You just feel pampered, let's say. And I like it, but I don't like that I like it because I don't need it. But when I'm in a town, I really want it and I have a hard time resisting it. My problem doesn't have to do with anything except for the fact that I don't want to stay in a hotel. I'm perfectly fine out in the woods. I'm happiest out in the woods. In fact, the happiest time that I've had on this road trip, well, one of them, is when I camped in the woods for 5 days and didn't even eat any food. I fasted for 5 days in the woods, didn't leave, didn't have service, none of that. And that was one of the best memories I've had in my whole life. Yet, when I get into a town, I go to hotels and I eat candy. I gotta go. We'll continue this conversation about my love-hate relationship with towns and creature comforts and all of the temptation. I parked like this because my battery died again last night. I don't know what happened, but my battery died last night, and so I had to get it in the sun and charge it up really quick. I gotta change, and then I gotta get out of the town. Here's a funny part about how I've started to deal with staying in hotels. I don't even bring a change of clothes in anymore. I just go in with what I'm wearing, and I bring in my kind of expensive stuff and figure it out in the van because it complicates my life. It doesn't really add that much value to my life. It complicates things. I have to bring stuff from the van. I have to unpack, pack, all that. I stay up super late. And then even the last 2 times I stayed in hotels, I didn't brush my teeth. I just passed out without brushing my teeth. It's just making my life worse, really. I never really thought about it like that. But yeah, staying in hotels and all the creature comforts, it's making my life worse. So last night when I pulled into my hotel, I happened to pass by Temptation. So that was it last night. I pull in, see the Chick-fil-A. Okay, I guess I'm eating Chick-fil-A tonight. And I've been perfectly happy eating nuts and beef jerky. I mean, I know I couldn't live off of that forever, but I've been perfectly happy just eating those things. But then when I pull in, I'm like, ooh, I need Chick-fil-A. Not only do I just need a sandwich, I need 2 sandwiches. I need to get a lot of this because, well, I guess because I'm not gonna have it everywhere. And I knew that I didn't want to be around it anymore, so I was getting it in while I could, but I don't like it. I don't like that I want that stuff. All this temptation of places to eat and things to buy, and I could see it right out there. The hills, I could see nature. That's where I want to be. Once upon a time, I probably would have said that Boise is a really small town, but now, after how I've been living, Boise feels like a big city. It's giving me anxiety. I gotta get out of here. I feel so uninspired. I don't know how to articulate this point even. I guess the way I've been living is starting to change me, and I'm even more susceptible to all these advertisements and all this pushing towards temptation. Buy it. You want it, you need it. You'll be happy if you get it. You won't be happy till you get it. Ooh. This isn't just to complain and say that cities are evil or towns are evil or anything like that. But obviously there is some real utility to a town. Like, they have stuff you need, and there are people, and I love people, so that's always nice. But right now, well, you can't really just meet people out and about because people are scared of people, and I don't happen to be scared of people, but obviously you see my problem here. I'm gonna make a tea and I'm gonna hit the road, and the tea situation actually kind of helps demonstrate something in support of towns and cities because I was able to get something that I needed. towns and cities have these things called Targets or stores, and you can get new tea kettles. So I got a new tea kettle. So see, there is utility in a town. There is stuff that I need. But also when I'm in that Target, I start walking around and I think, ooh, maybe I need new socks or a t-shirt, or maybe I need junk food. Ooh, that's what I need. I need some chocolate. I need some cookies. And I can't control myself. So this isn't exactly a town problem. This is a me problem. This is an issue that I have with towns. It's not towns altogether. It's not all bad. It's just me in a town is bad for me, because I don't like how I feel in a town, because I want and I want and I want and I'm never satisfied, and I know deep down inside that I've got everything I need already. But when I'm in a town, the temptation just penetrates and it just gets to me, and I just want more and more and more. All I needed was a tea kettle, and I ended up walking out with like $120 worth of stuff. Jesus! Really need to clean. What's going on back here? Something's jamming me up. There we go. Unbelievable. They only had this huge mouthwash, and I just needed a little mouthwash, and I don't have space up there in its current state of chaos to fit my big mouthwash. Back here. All right. Okay. And I didn't even clean. It's because I'm just distracted. I'm just looking at my phone or the TV or eating Chick-fil-A or chocolate or cookies and candy, and it just makes me fall apart. I mean, it's not all bad and chaos. Like, I do enjoy my time here, and I did have a nice meal with friends, so, you know, partially I'm being a little dramatic. Unbelievable. But figuring out how to articulate this isn't exactly easy, especially because I feel so uninspired in a city. And I know there's people out there that only feel inspired in a city, but I only feel really inspired when I just got out of a lake in the middle of nowhere. This is my last tea. It's good. It's hot, but I need a new one to hit the road. Now, Yogi T has come through and given a couple of quotes, and how perfectly applicable two of them are. One is simply, prosperity is within us. We don't need all the stores and all the stuff. I mean, you might know that, but I'm just learning. I keep learning that. I've learned it many times, and I keep forgetting, and I keep having to relearn. And then, happiness is actually an art of living, which is in us. We've got it all already. That's the whole secret. We've got it all, but then the temptation is just so strong. Yikes. See you later, Boise. You weren't all that bad, but I just can't do it right now. We need to take a break. Dude, that's what I'm talking about. I get to see a cow fight or bullfight just 30 minutes out of town. This is what I am out here for, to see that. And occasionally go to towns, of course. Restaurants are nice, and I need tea kettles occasionally, but this is the stuff. I do want to elaborate more on my feelings about what happens to me in town and kind of what I have to be careful for in the future as far as succumbing to the pressures and the temptation. Hopefully it will help you too. Whoa. Whoa. That is a lot of hair. Just, you see that? This is just going to be what it is because it is what it is. And that's a cool rock, and I came out here to see the rock. I didn't know I was coming out here to see the rock, but now I see the rock, and so we're going to sit in front of the rock. That's what it is. That's what we're doing here. Where is what it is? Where is what it is, isn't it? Yeah, is what it is, isn't it? Is it? Is what it, isn't it? That's what I'm doing. Towns. I had a lot of feelings this time in Boise, and I couldn't exactly pinpoint them, but I knew that I didn't like what I was feeling. And it was like, it was an overwhelming feeling of like, I need more. I need to do something. I need to buy something. I need to be more than what I am. And that was it. And it didn't feel good because for most of the trip I've just felt, I am what I am, and that's good, and that's complete, and it's good enough, and that's what I'm gonna be. And so to be then pulled in the opposite direction was jarring and scary and sad, because I fell for the trick that I thought that there was some kind of maybe permanence to the way that I was feeling, and there could be permanence to what I was feeling. There can be permanence to feeling happy. That is true. However, it takes awareness and work every single day. And what I wasn't practicing when I was in Boise was my awareness. And so I didn't understand what was happening because I wasn't aware. It's not until I've gotten out that now I'm aware of what was going on. One of those things that was going on was I saw how easy it is to be pulled back into a routine, to be pulled back into a life that I don't exactly want. It was that quick. It was put a couple of stores, a couple of restaurants in front of me, and there we go. I'm right back where I was before, where I was less happy than I have been lately. And it was all just because of the temptation, because the stuff was around. It's like when you choose toothpaste. I've used this example before, and I've made the same mistake. When we choose toothpaste, there's millions of options, and it gives me stress. Like, am I going to be cleaning my teeth right? And that's the feeling that I get just in general when I'm in a city, but it's more me against it, where I am not enough, and the city must have what I need to feel like enough, right? It must have the stuff that I need to feel complete. But the lesson that I learned is that it's so easy to be pulled back into a former routine that we might not like. And I wasn't really maintaining that much awareness. I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't pinpoint what it was. So it's clear that if the awareness isn't there, then we could slip. And we could slip far, and we could slip fast. Or I should say, I could slip far, and I could slip fast. Back into a place that I don't want to be. You need sweets, and you need candy, and you need chocolate, and you need to stay up late watching movies, and you need to forget to brush your teeth. I was so distracted that I forgot to brush my teeth the last 2 times that I was in a hotel. And so I do love people. I really do love people. But when we're around a lot of people, that gives us people to compare ourselves to. And I don't know if I was actively doing that, but it was a thought that I had where I thought, oh, this is interesting because now there's a bunch of people to compare to. So you can compare to the kind of car that they have, and then you could judge them on the kind of car that they have. And typically I only judge people with really nice cars. I don't judge people with not nice cars, but I judged a guy at a gas station because he had a really nice car, and I thought, oh, you think you're so cool, don't you? And I don't want to think like that, because that guy might be a great person. He probably is. But I was pulled into this kind of loop of an old pattern, an old behavior, an old routine. And I think that's what all of that familiarity of all the stores and restaurants and all that stuff did to me, was it was familiar. And the way that I interact with that familiarity is by wanting more. And I think that's what most people are dealing with, is we all want more. And I don't think that's by accident. I think that's the advertisements, that's the stores everywhere, that's everyone telling you to buy my cheeseburger, and it's never going to be enough. I learned this lesson in a really big way once. After my accident, I ended up getting a life-changing amount of money. It was the amount of money that I would have thought years prior would make me happy. And I got it. And it didn't make me any happier. In fact, I was happier before getting it. Because after getting it, I was so confused, I didn't know what to do anymore, and things started to fall apart. It's hard for people to believe, but money and things don't buy happiness. What buys happiness is being whole with ourselves and understanding I am enough. I am who I am, and that is great. And if I stay who I am, there's no one better than me. And I believe that. I truly believe that. And I believe that about me, and I believe that about you. I believe that about anyone who is themselves. If we are ourselves, there's no one better than us. But if we're not ourselves, and we're always looking for more, we will never be complete. Because we already are complete. I don't know if this makes any sense. But I've struggled with making this video because I felt like, well, talking to the camera wouldn't be enough. And maybe it's not enough, but it's going to be enough for today. A friend of mine just said to me the other day, not in reference to me, but in reference to, humanity and life in general, that if you continue looking for happiness where you are not, happiness will never be where you are. It's something like that, and I think that's really true, and I think that's the routine that I slipped back into when I got to the town. I was subconsciously looking for happiness elsewhere, but it was already within me. And getting back out here and seeing this stuff and driving on dirt roads and seeing bulls fight, that reminded me. Happiness is here. It is in me. It is a part of me. And I don't need anything to feel it. I just need to be myself. I did need a tea kettle though, so that's that. I don't want to bash cities altogether, and I'm not going to just go live by myself in the middle of nowhere, because I do like people and I like tea and I need tea kettles. For now, at least. But it's just something that I saw. I saw myself getting pulled back into an old routine and subconsciously undervaluing myself and subconsciously looking for happiness elsewhere. And I think that's a big problem with the world. I have a suspicion that I'm not the only one that felt this way. And some people might feel this way and they might not be aware enough to identify it. And hopefully this helps people identify it, because it's pretty weird and I didn't like it. Thank you for being in my video, Rock. This is the stuff. This is the stuff.